So out in the garden working again. We're more than just the garden. I have a lot of June bugs in the tree, so they're making a lot of noise. Anyway, I did not get all the T-posts in. It started getting pretty hot during the day, so what I did do was this final bed here. I took all the rabbit droppings and bedding and stuff and put it down, and then I started topping it with compost, but I ran out of compost. So I need probably another yard, half a yard. Today we have something exciting going on. Check it out. We're going to end up doing all of that and all of this here around the back side of the barn. So all of this is going to be gravelled. So at the barn, it gets muddy during monsoon, and of course, because it gets wet, weed seeds start growing. So we are graveling all the way around the barn, all the way to the driveway, so that we don't have to worry about it anymore. This is going to be super exciting. I love it. So this truck comes out and it actually opens up its tailgate just enough to pour out some rock, and he can do it in 2 to 4 inch thick layer. And so Wes has a very minimum amount of work to do with the tractor being able to level it all out. So very little work on his part, and Remy's part, of course, because she has to run around and wreak havoc and chaos. Remy, come. Yes, good girl. So that's our job today, our task today, our goal today, whatever you want to call it. We are graveling everything. So exciting. I know, this is the highlight of my day though, because in the end, it's going to make it better. So while Wes is working on the gravel, I decided to come out to the garden and get a few things done. This here, these 2 rows that you see, and then the 3rd row that you don't see because we ran out of compost, is going to be my citrus orchard. I'll have 2 oranges, 2 mandarins, 1 lemon, 1 lime, and in between all of those, I'm going to put some raspberries, blackberries, and strawberries. And brambles that will be highly controlled, because with brambles, if you don't control them, they'll spread everywhere. So you gotta stay on top of it. And then in the grocery row garden is going to be all of the other fruit trees, along with produce and berries and other perennials and annuals. So basically, it's a grocery row garden. If you want, I guess, more information on that, I watch David the Good on YouTube, so definitely go check him out. He's got a whole lot of how-tos on the grocery row garden. So that's kind of what I'm mimicking, along with the Back to Eden garden method, the no-till garden method. If you want to know more no-till, I would definitely go check out the No-Till Farmers Network with Jesse Frost. He also has a book out. The book is really, really informative. On a side note, I have been gardening in Idaho for more than a decade, and I never once saw a hornworm. Never had them in my garden, never experienced them, never had that kind of a problem. And my mother-in-law was telling me that she did. In Idaho, she did. And they were all over her tomatoes. and they could just destroy a tomato plant in a day. So come to Arizona and I'm told they are very prevalent here, but I had never seen one until 2 days ago. I found 2 on my potato plants, my potato slips, that row right there. And they were just on the plant, and I noticed there was a lot of damage. So I picked those off, gave them to the rooster, who didn't have any idea what to do with them. It took him a day or 2 to figure out those are super nummy and to just eat them. Anyway, so that night I went out with a black light and I found 13 more. And man, did they wreak havoc on my potatoes. So my potato plants look super, super sad because of what the hornworms did. These are the potato slips, so they are not nearly as healthy and resilient as the potatoes that I planted. Remy, thank you. So you can see that they didn't do so well compared to the Yukon Gold, which had no damage. So that's just, I think, the third indicator that potato slips are probably not the way that I'm going to go with just the potatoes. I think that's pretty much what you do with sweet potatoes. That's how I did it before. That was the only way I ever knew how to do sweet potatoes. But I think I'm going to do sweet potatoes early on in the season so that they'll be more established before the pests can get to them. So I guess I'll start weeding. Well, Wes finished up the whole thing. Got the gravel all flattened out, put the tractor away, put his implements away. All right. This looks amazing. No dirt, no weeds, just pure gravel driveways. Now all we got to do is finish the bark. Mulching the garden, that whole area right there. And there's a couple other spaces, but really that's for the most part what needs to get done. So that's it. Wes did an amazing job with getting the gravel around the barn. Next step, build a shop. He built my barn before he built the shop. He loves me. So well, that's it. So we're done with this project. Moving on to the next. Bye.